So without a shadow of a doubt, Legends has dropped the hypest units to kick off the 6th anniversary. We have got a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Goku that transforms into Gogeta, and we have got Goku and Vegeta transforming into Vegito. Now they're both top tier units, but which one should you be summoning for? Welcome back to the channel, 23 here. We are back. I'm going to be answering this question. I've been getting this question a lot, especially on the Twitch streams. Who should I be summoning for? They're both great units, I'll be honest. They're both really hype units, and I can understand people don't have the crystal to really go down and summon on both. If you want a definitive answer, I'm going to handle the people that just have an abundance of crystal. If you're one of those people that just have a ton of crystal, I'm talking like you went into the celebration with like 50k plus or like 30k plus, you want both. You honestly want both. They work really well together. They make a great team. They are amazing units. The capabilities are absolutely crazy. Go for both. Go for it. This is my main account, my paid account, pay to win. Although I haven't spent that much this anniversary. I think I bought one of their sales, I'm going to be honest with you. I went into the celebration with 30k crystal. I have both the units. I have one of them 7 stars, I bought 3 copies, and I've got one of them at 6 stars, bought 2 copies. So I mean, it's possible to get both with around 30k, because I mean, I'm living proof, and I still have, let's take a look, 3.5k left. Now for the people that only have enough crystal for one, and this is assuming you haven't already like rinsed all of your crystal. If you've been shafted, you haven't picked up the unit and you're now saving crystal and you're kind of deciding who you want to go for next, or if you haven't summoned yet, which is unlikely, or if you just don't have much crystal left and you kind of want to decide who to go for, I'm gonna kind of break down what they're doing and the most important things, and then I'll let you make a decision, and then I'll give my opinion on if you have to go for one and you just cannot pick 2, who should you be going for? So let's start off with Vegito. What a unit, by the way. What a unit. Now, I think the main thing when it comes to Vegito that we're really looking at is the rush mechanic. I think his rush mechanic is by far the most important thing with this unit. Obviously he is blue, so you have to consider that you're going to be coming against Gohans and stuff like that, so that could kind of make it a bit more difficult for him to use. He's got some uniques here that are really strong, so you know, revival units are just running around all over the place right now. He's got the ability to gain 50%, and I believe it's down here, so he gains 50% damage inflicted, and he increases his Dragon Balls by 2 when he kills a revival unit, or he pops a revival. That's huge. You can make big plays from that. You can get your rush much quicker. And the second most important unique is his rush unique. If you rush with Vegito, you win. Like, you can't lose. He has a mechanic that prevents him from losing. So if your opponent guesses it, he will go ahead and still get the damage off. So you win every time. I feel like in situations where you're playing Proud, this is going to be super effective, especially because with Proud, time counts is a big thing. Damage is important. If you miss your rush, there's a good chance you lose, right? Okay, so when it comes to Gogeta, the most important things, and this is really significant, the most important things is this mechanic right here. Furious attack that breaks the dimensional walls. So when you use 2 strikes or a strike into a blast without sidestepping, you can actually go ahead and put Gogeta in a, it's kind of like a battle mode. I've forgotten the name of it, but pretty much he's gonna go ahead and ignore enemy evades and counters. So usually if you're fighting someone like Ultra Gohan and he's got his gauge up, if you strike him or blue card him, a close range blue card, he's gonna activate his gauge and it's not gonna go through. If you change strikes, you can actually nullify that. So you can actually ignore his gauge. And I think that is very, very influential. Like, it's big. He's the only one that can do it. So just purely because he's the only one that can do that right now, it gains a ton of value. It also allows you to have some sort of an option against Gohan, because sometimes it feels like you just don't have an option. But Gogeta now can nullify that, so it puts him in a much better spot. He's also going type neutral when his gauge is full, so you can actually just pop blues and like nuke people if your gauge is full. He isn't getting any special rush mechanics or anything like that. But another thing to consider is his stats are just higher. Now I can display maximum. Gogeta's stats are higher, so as you can see, max stats here, we've got 303 to strike attack and 291 to blast attack. If we take a look at Vegito here, got max stats 290, 287, and that's significant. Like, there's like 10k off. So, you know, knowing those two main things that they're doing, you can kind of make a decision. But if you want my definitive answer, you're in a situation where you can only go for one, you only want one, and you just cannot get two. I'm gonna be honest with you. I say go Gogeta, man. Take Gogeta and run. I feel like Vegito's mechanic is really good, and honestly, these guys want to be run together. But Gogeta as an individual is definitely the better unit. Let me know what you feel about that. Honestly, I think Gogeta is the pick. You guys can kind of tell me in the comments if you have an argument against that. But from what I've seen and from what I've played, as a solo unit, I'm gonna have to give it to Gogeta. I'm also gonna give it to him because he's yellow and Golden Frieza's purple right now. Not to say that blue is a bad color, but there isn't any reds outside of 17, and I know 17 is a significant red, but 17 has, you know, kind of fallen back a little bit. You don't see him as much. It's really just Golden Frieza and Gohan. But outside of 17, there isn't really too many reds that is giving everyone a headache right now. And in addition to that, one of the better units in the game is green. Like, Gohan is still very much a problem. So yes, 17 is good. I'm not gonna say 17 is not good, but outside of 17, that's kind of all you got to deal with. Not to say that blue is a bad color, but right now the only issue with being blue is Gohan. The revival units are also green. There's a lot of good green units running around, and being blue just puts you at a slight disadvantage, although he's still a very good unit. If you're running into a lot of greens, it's still going to give him a bit of a problem. Gogeta being yellow, there is only one unit to be kind of afraid of, which is 17. I'll be honest, I don't feel like I'm even running into 17s as often. The thing is, when you run them together, you're fine. So take what you want from that. Let me know what you think. Personally, I think Gogeta is the pick. So go ahead, grind your crystal if you haven't used it all, or if you're still trying to make a decision, and go pick up your Gogeta. Good luck with the summons. If you made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate you. Once again, I do stream on Twitch. Link will be down in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.